on the direction of the political partnership, including the formation of a committee that will oversee critical issues related to the cooperation and preparations for the next year's polls. President William Ruto is also there, the meeting which comes amid growing discussions on the political realignment ahead of the 2027 elections.
So this meeting, and I am I'm a very proud person, yes, because it is very rare to be a leader of a team as big, as committed as the one we have in this room today. Listen, guys. The other side is in chaos. I don't have to say that. I don't have to explain. Yeah? So, as we meet here today, the future of our nation is the subject of our conversation. We did gather the courage to implement the plan upon which we were elected, and subsequently we joined together as a broad-based family. It was not difficult for John Mbadi here when he went to Treasury. It was not difficult for him to understand and to explain what we were doing. And he has done it better than any other person. I mean, let us give credit where it's due. Honestly, you know, we have had 2 CSs in this administration at the National Treasury, right? You all agree, either by virtue of him being a former member of parliament, either because he understands the nuances of politics and public engagement. CS Mbadi has distinguished himself in a very significant way and explained to the people of Kenya what we are doing. And so has every CS. I must congratulate all of them. Under very difficult circumstances, you know, especially those of us who are not members of parliament, I know it may not be easy, who are not former members of parliament, to navigate the public space.
And meanwhile, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has renewed his criticism over the opposition, arguing that the race for the presidency should go beyond political insults and rhetoric. Speaking during a political meeting in Butula, Busia County, Mudavadi criticized Eugene Wamalwa's political tour of Western Kenya, saying leadership of the country requires a clear development agenda rather than dancing on political platforms. He also criticized former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, accusing him of being trapped in ethnic politics and lacking the capacity to lead the united Kenya. Mudavadi expressed confidence in President William Ruto securing a second term in the upcoming general election.
Anacheza dansi vile tumecheza leo kwa jukwaa. Hapana, hiyo si urahisi. Hii ni exercise kidogo tu. Lakini kuwa kiongozi, kuwa rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, it takes much more than slogans. Slogan haiwezi kushinda kura. Ni kupiga kura kwa sababu ya sera, alafu tupate viongozi. Hapo ndio
Former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has continued to speak about the murder of Dr. Mutiso. Gachagua claims that police officers suspected in the case were released under unclear circumstances. He also alleged that Inspector Sang and Beth were threatened to prevent them from revealing sensitive information about the case. However, the Directorate of Criminal Investigations have denied Gachagua's claims. The allegations have raised fresh questions about the handling of the investigations.
Huyu mmoja anaitwa Inspector Sang. Siku ya Thursday alishikwa hapo Thogoto. Mukome akapiga simu akawachiliwa. Huyo mwingine anaitwa Collins Kiplagat. Alishikiwa pale on your way to Mombasa. Pale Mazeras. Mukome amepiga simu amewachiliwa. Sasa tunakuuliza DCI. Kwa nini unawashika? Unaambiwa na Mukome uachilie hao. Ni kwa sababu anasema atatoboa maneno. Yeye ndiye aliongoza ile kikundi ilipiga ACK Witima Church ubaya. Yeye ndiye aliongoza kikosi ilifamia kanisa yetu ya ACK All Saints Cathedral. Sasa anasema akikamatwa
And to matters health, thousands of residents from different parts of the region have benefited from free medical services at New Chawa Hospital following the restoration of Social Health Authority insurance services at the facility. The medical camp, held in partnership with the Mairura Foundation from the United States, was led by Communications Ministry Secretary Stephen Isaboke, and the hospital management urged residents to continue registering for SHA, as specialized orthopedic doctors from the United States attended to more than 2,500 patients during the exercise.
Our promise is that through the government scheme, that is SHA, and we are so happy that we had a few issues here and there, but the government graciously agreed to reinstate us back. So we are going to take up those cases now under the new arrangement with the government and continue supporting them. And we are even appealing to the general public, those who have orthopedic issues. We have local doctors. That's why together with the Mairura Foundation, we were able to see more than 2,500 patients in terms of screening.
We also encourage our people to register in SHA. The number we have for Kisii County registered for SHA is about 465,000 residents of Kisii County registered, just short of 500,000. And as you know, SHA is actually a universal healthcare intervention intended to help all Kenyans access basic healthcare.
Advanced technology is really designed for the benefit of others. I think we're seeing AI as just a global impact, not just in medicine, but across different fields. In my life of orthopedics, I've certainly seen in my office where I'm able to talk into a microphone like this and it spits out notes that we ordinarily in the old days we'd be able to write with pen and paper or type on a computer. I think it's something we have to embrace, something we have to be knowledgeable on, and definitely it's impacting and changing a lot of what we do, certainly in the aspects of medicine. Yeah.
How does it?
I have the fortune of being able to run this foundation that actually provides care to the underserved, and we have strategically chosen Kisii as one of those counties where we're able to do our work. So we're just grateful.
Well, Makindu Hospital in Makueni County is set to establish a dialysis and kidney treatment center within the next month in a move aimed at enhancing specialized healthcare services and saving the lives of accident victims along the Nairobi-Mombasa highway. Speaking during a visit to the facility, Makueni County Health Chief Officer Dr. Harvey said the center will help meet the growing demand for specialized medical care, particularly amid frequent accidents along the northern corridor. Dr. Mlay also assured residents that essential health services will continue despite the ongoing healthcare workers' strike.
Department tunataka kuanza a dialysis center hapa Makueni, particularly in Makindu sub-county hospital. Kwa hivyo leo tumekuja, tumeangalia equipment zile tulikuwa tunataka, tumeweza kununua, zimefika hospitali. Nimeenda nimeangalia, nimepata mafundi wanaendelea na mjengo. Kwa hivyo very soon governor atakuja hapa tuweze kucommission hii facility na ndio tuweze kupatia watu matibabu. Na dialysis mnajua imekuwa shida kubwa sana, watu upata accidents, unapata inataka ufanyiwe dialysis kwa haraka. lakini unapata hiyo inakuwa shida kwa sababu hili eneo hakuna hospitali hata moja ambayo iko na dialysis unit.
Now, Government Secretary in charge of the Cabinet Affairs Department, Idris Dokata, has urged residents of Tana River County to acquire national identification cards and register as voters to enable them to participate in decision-making and governance. Dakota expressed concerns over the low number of registered voters in the county, urging eligible residents to take advantage of the ongoing registration exercise and obtain necessary documents to exercise their democratic rights.
What should happen is that people should come out in numbers, register for IDs and register as voters. We are going to mop out these people. We will bring them out so that they can register as voters, because we have many IDs that have not registered as voters. So we want to move these IDs into registration centers so that they can register as voters, and we have a good number that can actually make meaningful change or participate in the democratic process.
PS amesema atanisupport, ataongea na PS mwenzake wa vitambulisho ili tuweze kupata resources, tuende katika mashinani tupatie hawa wananchi vitambulisho. Tunatarajia kufikia 90 days ya ile RRI to relaunch, tutakuwa tumefikia around 80% to 90 ya kuwa tumepea wale watu ambao hana vitambulisho.
And elsewhere, Chairperson of the National Police Service Commission, Dr. Amani Komora, has urged residents of Tana River County to shun ethics and religious divisions, emphasizing the importance of peace and social cohesion in maintaining security. Speaking during a football match in the Tanta area, Komora said that National Police Service Commission has made peace and social cohesion a priority. Security officials and leaders from the area have also urged communities to use sports as a platform to strengthen unity, promote peace, and foster good relations among different communities.
Tuwezi na tusikubali, na nisisitiza hapa, tusikubali kugawanywa katika mirengo ya kikabila na wala ya kidini, kwa sababu huo ndio mwanzo wa kuporomoka. Sisi kama viongozi tujaribu kuhimiza watu wetu wakae pamoja kwa umoja, upendo.
And the weather department has warned that much of the country could experience above normal rainfall from October as a strong El Nino develops. Speaking during an El Nino preparedness meeting in Narok County Director of Weather Services Stanley Kinyui said rainfall is expected to remain below normal in August and September. However, the weather is expected to change in October, with weather than a normal condition forecast during the October, November, December short rain seasons.
On the preparedness of El Nino, and as per now, we are still monitoring the systems. The El Nino probability of happening is around 86 to 90%. We are also monitoring the IOD, and by August we expect the IOD to be positive, and the September dry period is expected. From there we shall have the onset, and between now and the onset is a period of preparedness. We prepare for the El Nino. That's why we are here, so that we can brief different and all the heads of departments so that they can get prepared for the same. The onset of the El Nino is expected in October, to peak in November and December, and go towards January of 2027. Yeah, we have also mapped the flood prone areas. We have also mapped the mudslide and landslide prone areas. We have also mapped the lightning prone areas for matters of different government departments to prepare and put measures so that we can counter the situation, so that we can reduce loss of lives, loss of livelihoods, and loss of property.
That are expected between the month of October, going all the way to December and January. As a county, we have met so that we can be able to start preparing early enough, because of the expected disruptions in the lives of the residents. Mostly, we expect the roads to be really cut off. We expect the school corridor to be affected, As you know, all those months that we have mentioned, October, November, we expect our kids to be in schools. So as a county, we have met with the various departments and sectors so that we can be able to plan, we can be able to prepare, and we can be able to set resources aside to be able to deal with the situation at that moment. The 3 sub-counties, Narok North, Central, and East, we have been able to identify the various areas. We have been able to identify some dams that we have in those areas. There are possibilities. Some of those dams can be overflown with water. Some of our roads, especially the roads between Enengetia or Kurto to Oroposumoru, we expect a lot of disruptions in that areas. We have some bridges that are low-lying areas. With the expected rains, there could be possibilities that they could be washed away. Or
Now, meanwhile, religious leaders organizations in Mombasa County has launched an initiative to empower young people through investment and development projects in a bid to prevent them from being exploited by politicians to cause violence. The program targets youth groups, including those involved in criminal activities and young people who have expressed a willingness to reform. Through religious leaders, the beneficiaries will receive training and support to establish and grow their development projects.
Kwa upande wa vijana ambao hawataki kufanya kazi, wale ambao wamekaa tu barabarani, unaona kama sisi, kusema kweli sisi wenyewe hatukuwa hivi mbeleni. Tulikuwa vijana wengine watumizi wa madawa, watumizi wa pombe na miraa, lakini kwa sasa tumebadilisha njia nyingi. Wale vijana ambao hawataki kufanya kazi, wajipatie, watuone sisi kama mfano, waweze kubadilisha maisha yao na kubadilisha njia zao.
Using drugs and indulging in activities that are negative to your body and to your well-being as a whole is not the solution. Come to Moldec so that you can be transformed and you find your purpose in life.
Before this, I was struggling with anger issues and I was also struggling with drugs. But when I started this transformation, it wasn't easy, but somehow with his mentorship, it became lighter, the burden became lighter, and I can say right now, I am in a good position.
Vijana hawa ambao mnaona hapa kupitia shirika hili, tumekuwa na vipindi vya kuweza kuhamasisha umuhimu wa kudumisha amani wakati wa uchaguzi na hata pia baada ya uchaguzi na kuchagua viongozi ambao wataleta mabadiliko katika jamii. Kwa hivyo lengo letu wakati huo inaweza kuonekana kwamba shirika hili la Moldec limeweza kuanzisha mchakato huu wa kuhamasisha vijana na kuwaeleza kwamba wasiweze kutumiwa kiholela holela, wasiweze kutumiwa na wanasiasa kwa njia ambayo sio sawa.
Well, social activists in Taita Taveta County are calling on the county government to reconsider its opposition to the construction of a memorial monument honoring African soldiers who lost their lives during the First World War. The activists say the project will preserve the history and sacrifices of African soldiers who took part in the war while providing an important site for remembrance and education for future generations. The appeal comes after the county government opposed the proposed project, which is estimated to cost 40 billion Kenyan shillings and is expected to be officially launched this week.
Ni reparations kwa sababu ya injustices zilizofanyika wakati wa ukoloni na katika First na Second World War. Sasa tunawezaje kupoteza hazina kubwa namna hiyo ambayo hatuwezi kuipata kwa njia yote ile ila kupitia katika miradi kama hiyo ipotee moja kwa moja wakati watoto wetu hawana ajira. Tunasema kwamba sisi kama wazee na human rights tunakataa kabisa kwamba huu ni uvunjifu wa haki za binadamu.
Because hatuwezi kubali mtu mmoja tu akae nyuma ya laptop yake aandike barua azuie mradi wa 40 billion usifanyike Taveta kwa sababu zake yeye mwenyewe anazofikiria. Because kama fikra ilikuwa kwamba ili kuwepo na change of user basi lazima kuwe na public participation, mbona county government imeandika barua ya kusema mradi usifanyike bila public participation? Because sisi kama wananchi na stakeholders tuna wajibu na tuna jukumu ya kutoa maoni na mapendekezo yetu katika hilo swala.
So tunapinga na kukataa kauli ambayo iliyotumika ya kwamba huo mradi hautakani Taita Taveta ama Taveta huku. Tunataka mradi wetu na tunataka na tutatetea haki zetu kama wananchi na wakazi wa Taveta kwa ujumla pamoja na wenzetu wa Taita Taveta. Cause huu mradi utatusaidia na utafanya vijana wapate ajira, itafanya wakina mama pia.
And crossing over to Kwale County, the Kenya Counseling and Psychology Association Coast Branch is calling on the national and county governments to employ more psychologists to address the rising cases of mental health challenges across the country. Speaking in Diani, Kwale County, the councillors say the current number of psychologists remain inadequate compared to the growing needs of the population, with the existing ratio standing at 1 psychologist for every 1,000 people. The association is also urging parents to engage more with their children from an early age to enhance communication and identify emotional challenges at an early stage.
Tukisema utovu wa nidhamu, je, ni vitu gani kwa mfano vimejiri ndio mtoto awe na tabia zile ambazo yuko nazo? For us, behavior inaanzia mahali. Ndio maana tunasema kwamba hizi ni visa ambazo tukijaribu kuzimanage mapema tutakuta kwamba huyu mtoto tabia zake zitakuwa sio vile zilivyokuwa. So we are looking at early interventions.
When the baby has start knowing the values when the babies are so young, it helps them even when they are called by a person who is a stranger. They'll be able to say no, and they will be able to take care of their bodies, because we are born with emotions and feelings. And if in anything an opposite sex touches a lady, the lady will feel some feelings. Same applies to a man. So even to
employ psychologists, employ counselors, so that they will be able to solve these problems. Mara mingi umesikia kuwa accidents zinafanyika, moto inatokea mahali, na hawa watu wote wanasupportiwa na wale counselors na psychologists ambao wako kwa hizi regions zetu, na tukio kidogo kudeal na hizo vitu zote na uambu ufanye for free, ile tunaita pro bono, it becomes a bit of a problem.
And I can tell you the security issue, one of the root causes is the dysfunctionalities in our families. What are the parenting styles we have applied to our children? If your child, for example, steals somebody's item from school, are you able to scold them and tell them no? Are you able to build rules in your family? Are you able to, what is your parenting style?
Nani huyu anashughulikia mshauri? Hivyo ndivyo tumekuja hapa tukaweze kushughulikiana wenyewe kwa wenyewe, ili hata kama tunaumia tuweze kuwa wafariji wa mmoja kwa mwingine.
Now, the National Drought Management Authority has raised 130.5 million shillings to strengthen drought resilience, address persistent water shortages, and support peace-building initiatives in Isiolo, Samburu, Meru, and Laikipia counties. Speaking during the inaugural NDMA road race at Chase Post in Samburu County, Governor Jonathan Alati said water scarcity continues to undermine peace efforts in the region as communities compete for limited water and pasture resources.
We are so pleased to be associated with this great initiative from NDMA. It's a critical initiative supporting peace and resilience in this context where we know what it means for population to be able to really have access to the resources they need to face the challenges of their contest. I was in communities yesterday and witnessed how communities are really coming together to really find local solutions. So when we heard about this initiative from NDMA, we were pleased to support that, because it's about supporting government-led, locally owned solutions. As Action Against Hunger, we are here to really work toward a world free from hunger. if we see an amazing initiative like this, it's directly contributing to what we believe in. As the chairman said during the event earlier, we believe that investing in resilience is not a charity. It is an act of justice. It is investing in sustainable development. We all need to come together. And the beauty of this is celebrating partnership across levels. We are committing the organization to really invest in the project, two projects, project one in Isiolo and the other one in Samburu, for a total of 37 million. But today as well, we signed an MOU with NDMA to expand the areas of work, and I'm looking forward to more. Thank you. As Action Against Hunger, we are so proud to be associated with this celebration. This celebration is a celebration of diversity, a celebration of peace, a celebration of building resilience. And we are so proud to partner with you all as part of this initiative. We really appreciate this initiative, and this is really building on what we have already been doing across Isiolo and Samburu. And today, I'm proud and happy to announce the commitment from Action Against Hunger of around $300,000 US, which is 37 million Kenya shillings. That is just a starting point, because as you all know, we have a strong partnership with NDMA. That partnership was focusing before on modeling early risk dimension to anticipate malnutrition. What we are doing now is to add water security, to add livelihood and other dimensions to be able to go even further. So I would like just to reaffirm the commitment of Action Against Hunger to support government-led initiative solutions and the community prioritized investment, which are ready to receive funding to support communities. I was in Isiolo visiting several interventions yesterday, and I was amazed.
Well, finally, that's all we have for today's EBN News at 1 p.m. Many thanks for watching. More news updates will be coming your way later on. Enjoy the rest of your viewing. I'm Leticia Afandi.
You are watching